Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be providing a market analysis for Ergo, as well as going over some very key levels on both the USD and Bitcoin pairs. So if you're new to the channel and you want to show some support, please leave a like and subscribe. So first, I want to start off by talking about this very important level at $1.68. We can see how this was the pivot area in March of 2021. We had this pretty extreme correction in February, dropping about 57% in just 3 weeks, and then this was the level. We turned around, we held support, and then we trended back up to new all-time highs. So in the event that we're starting to make our way back down to this level, it's going to be a very important retest. And if we can hold this as support and experience a pretty nice bounce off of it, that's going to be a great sign, and holding it as support is going to be something to watch out for. Now, if we're starting to flip this level, come below it and hold it as resistance, that is going to be a bearish sign, and it would look something like this, where we're starting to come back below this, maybe retest it as resistance, and then reject off of it. This is something that we do not want to see, and I think this is probably going to be happening if Bitcoin is, say, going below $15,000. I do not expect Ergo to lose this level unless Bitcoin itself is starting to capitulate below $15,000. And ultimately, I don't think that's a great possibility. Obviously, it is within the cards, but I don't think that's something that we should be focusing on. Instead, I'm really looking at this level to be some sort of area to experience a bounce off of. Now, if we don't retest this level and we just have this low in place, kind of forming this double bottom instead, then that would be fine too. But I do want to talk about this level because I think it's pretty important, and it really speaks out to me on this weekly chart, mainly because this was the pivot point, the inflection point in March of 2021 before ultimately trending on to new all-time highs. So now I want to switch over to the Ergo Bitcoin chart, and this, instead of a weekly chart, is going to be a daily chart. This is comparing Ergo with respect to Bitcoin. So just because this chart is moving down, it doesn't mean Ergo is losing value against the dollar. It just means that Bitcoin is outperforming. And typically what I like to do is, with my altcoins, look at these ratios and see, okay, is my altcoin outperforming Bitcoin? Because if it's not, it's kind of hard to rationalize holding it, because I do want to see, with my riskier plays, experiencing higher returns. So currently, Ergo is in this pretty long consolidation range. If I just take a measured move of when we entered this range, it's been about 215 days. So the range low is approximately 0.000069, and the range high is at around 0.00011. So it's a pretty wide range, but we're seeing how in the past 215 days, we're basically just oscillating back and forth, right? We're kind of testing the high, coming back down to the low, testing that, retesting the high, and just kind of oscillating back and forth in this range. We didn't quite make it to the high yet. We're failing short and back out towards the middle of this range. And I think in general, when this does break out to either direction, it is going to be a very powerful signal. So that goes both ways, right? So if we're starting to break out above this level at 0.00012, breaking above the range high, reclaiming it and holding it as support. So just an illustration, if we're starting to move back up to the range high, breaking out of this range, holding it as support, this is going to be a very powerful signal, because what we have here is a very long consolidation period. And when we have a break of this, it's kind of leaving this area as a pretty strong base. We have a double bottom in play, and that would lead me to believe we're going to start targeting some of these higher valuations. Now, it's important to understand what you're looking at here. This is the ratio with respect to Bitcoin. So this could be moving up, and Ergo could be moving down against the dollar, or it could be moving up. Again, it's really just saying which asset is outperforming which asset. And in the event that we are starting to break out, then this would mean that Ergo is going to be starting to outperform Bitcoin on any move, either to the upside or to the downside. Now, if we're starting to lose this range, if we're taking out these lows and capitulating below that, then my expectation is a retest of some of these lower valuations much further down. And I think that Ergo would start to underperform Bitcoin if we're starting to break these range lows at around 0.000069. Again, this is a very important range, and we do need to see a breakout eventually. but the most we can expect as of this moment is just further sideways action, and when we do break out, it's going to be a very key signal and a very powerful signal, just given the length of time that we've experienced kind of consolidating within this area. So that's the end of my Ergo analysis. I hope you guys did enjoy, and as always, I will see you in the next one.